Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to start talking about the month of July, and this is going to be a very eventful month. I know I say that a lot, but boy do I mean it this time. This is a serious month where everything is really coming into big events. So we're going to talk about right now the first week of July. And what I'm here to do is I'm going to be going day by day, telling you exactly what aspects you can be expecting and how you can better plan your week and day-to-day activities based on the planets, what they're doing. Now, the first week of July, things are starting to heat up. But we have lots, I mean lots of events that are serious and are really violent and difficult this month because of the position of where Mars is going to be headed. So, and actually, when I said that, it made me think of what's to come. Because Mars, when it goes into the sign of Taurus, it's going to go over the fixed star called Algol, which is the most difficult fixed star of the heavens. It is really called the demonic star, and it deals with beheading, like I said. So let's get going. Let me start talking about what we can expect starting the first week of July. So I'm here looking at my computer right now where I have each day I'm pulling up and I'm telling you exactly where the moon's going to be and where all the transits are headed. So I'm looking at July 1st, and let me remind everyone this as well, that all of the times I'm giving you are based on Central Standard Time. And of course, you've got to understand I am a sidereal Vedic astrologer. So these placements are in reality the true placements of where the planets are astronomically. Because remember, I told you that Western astrology is off by almost a full sign. But let's get going. July 1st. It's a Monday, and I'm looking at where the moon will be somewhere around noontime. And during this time, the moon will be exactly conjunct Mars in Aries. And both Mars and the moon will be about 22 degrees of Aries in the nakshatra called Bharani. And Bharani is the nakshatra that symbolizes where things grow out of place to the point where there is no option but to go into a birthing process, because it's like the baby that is overgrown its boundaries. It's time that something needs to give. So Mars, by the way, while it is still in Aries, is very hot and intense. And actually Mars rules as many things: war, violence, anger, weapons, but it rules fire. And I think while Mars is in the sign of Aries, it makes it hotter, makes it more heated up. And yes, I think there will be the potential for some major fires around the world during this time. And of course, in the summer, in the northern hemisphere, it is hot. Things are really heating up here. So, but there's something new that has to happen. There's a new birthing process that's happening at this time. And really, when I look at this isn't so bad, because Jupiter sits in the second placement from the moon. So in other words, it's second from the moon, like the second house. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done concerning financial placements. And yes, this would be a good day to invest, actually, with the Jupiter being in the second house from the moon, but the Sun and Venus are traveling together in Gemini. Venus is actually combusts the sun. It's not too close, but it's still there. So there are issues with relationships, and be careful how you communicate with your partner, because Venus being with the sun represents great difficulty in not seeing eye to eye with your partner. Now, Saturn being in the 11th house from where the moon's situated, Moon Mars, it represents it's not the greatest time to get together with groups or friends. You won't find a connection. So it is a day to think about what you're going to do to change your life, to change everything that's going on in your life. And actually, this is the day before Neptune turns retrograde. So let's move it next to one day. I'm going to move it forward, and we're going to look at July 2nd. So July 2nd, the moon moves into Taurus. And while it's in Taurus, it is in the nakshatra called Kritika. And Kritika's symbol is a blade, a knife, a sword. So it cuts to the chase, and it is serious about getting the job done. So there's a lot of direct movement, but now we have the moon in Taurus and it's approaching Jupiter. So this is a much better day for events, but today is the day that Neptune turns retrograde. And what is Neptune all about? When a planet turns retrograde or direct, it's at a point where it's actually what we call a station. So it's not moving very fast. So it is in one place standing still. So that planet and everything that it represents is talking about what Neptune will bring to our awareness. Neptune rules deception, deceit, denial, illusion, not seeing things clearly. And during this whole few weeks that we have Neptune changing directions from forward to backwards, means everything that Neptune's about is going to surface. And what does the surfacing of Neptune mean? That there will be so much uncovering of things that we didn't know about. And I thought that we had already uncovered a lot, but there is so much more. And really, today is the day that Neptune turns retrograde. Start to see how the secrets, the unraveling, the things that we had no way of knowing are going to be more and more obvious and revealed. So this is an important day, because things that have been hidden are going to start coming out. Now this even, I know when I talk about this, I've been talking a lot about politics and political leaders around the world and all of the corruption and things that have been hidden, the way they're coming out and little by little. But now it's going to start coming out faster, more obvious, in bigger chunks instead of the dribbles that we've been seeing. And Neptune represents Earth changes as well. So this month and August, while Neptune is stationing, we're going to see storms, we're going to see earthquakes, we're going to see a lot of changes. And another thing, Neptune sits at almost 6 degrees of Pisces, which that degree mark is sitting precisely on the fixed star called Sheet. And let me tell you, this is a troublesome fixed star. Actually, in ancient times, they would say that whenever planets came together with Sheet, there would be shipwrecks, there would be sadness, there would be so many difficult things that came about. And really, it's a, believe it or not, it's a star of sorrow. But let's consider the fact that this is Neptune. Neptune is the god of the oceans. Poseidon, Neptune, and its symbol is the pitchfork, just like Poseidon holds. And so this deals with the oceans, it deals with floods, it deals with rain, storms. So you're going to find that there is going to be a very serious time of storms. And yes, it's hurricane season again. Oh my goodness, we're going to see so many things. overflowing with floods. And even Neptune, through the pitchfork, he's been known to throw it at the ocean floor. And this causes tsunamis and storms and earth changes, earthquakes. So this is a serious time, Neptune being at this degree on this fixed star of sorrow and storms and illusion. Things we can't see are just coming up and hitting, and we can't believe our eyes, really, what's happening. So this is an important day, knowing that Neptune turns retrograde. Now, also, on the 2nd, Mercury is trining Neptune. And Mercury dealing with the mind, communications, and as it trines Neptune, this means things in the media are really starting to be revealed. Probably all the lies and deceit and denial that they've been sending our way, all the propaganda throughout the world with the media. They haven't been honest, and they're so biased depending on what channel or who you're listening to. It's always a biased opinion. But this is all coming out with Neptune here, and the fact that Mercury is in a trinal aspect. Mercury is the media, Mercury is communications, and it's trine to Neptune means that the truth is coming out. We will see it more than ever, and it's about time. Now, the moon being still in the nakshatra Kritika, the moon just crossed over Uranus today, earlier in the day. And Uranus is the planet of sudden, unexpected changes. So this is a day of unpredictable events. Things are going to turn on a dime. Things are going to be revealed that we didn't know. But listen to your intuition today. Today is the day you got it. Listen to that gut knowing, not what's coming out there, because that is not the truth. Another thing that is happening on this day, July 2nd, is that the sun is situated exactly at the midpoint of both Rahu and Ketu. And this means that issues around world leaders, there is definitely something surmounting and issues of government leaders. And you know, this deals with a certain destiny that's about to unfold. And you know, I wish I didn't see this, but it looks like throughout this month, July, all the way till the elections, there is the potential for assassinations. And this really is not only in the United States, but around the world. This is serious stuff that we're facing right now. So on an emotional level, you're going to see issues and changes concerning leadership and world leaders today. And this is like a destiny type day. Also on this day, July 2nd, we have Venus is in trine to the sun. We have all these aspects happening on the 2nd. And the moon is approaching Jupiter in Kritika. There is a lot of anger in the world, and Jupiter is actually magnifying it. But as the moon gets closer to Jupiter, by tomorrow, things will be relieved somewhat. But today is a day when, now Venus trining Saturn, this is a good day to express your love and appreciation to your partner, to your loved ones, and look within and find the time to communicate your love and affection to your partners, because this is what's going to give you peace of mind, not looking out at what the world is giving us, because it's not easy or a good time that I'm looking at. So let's go to July 3rd, because July 3rd, the moon will have crossed over Jupiter, and it will be in Rohini. So this is like a relief, a big relief. Although the whole time that the moon is in Taurus, it is exalted, so it is nice. But being with Jupiter, there is a relief. And being in Rohini, Rohini is the best position for the moon. And with Jupiter, it's a good day to go out, buy things, associate with people, but be a little cautious, because a lot is going on behind your back and behind everyone's back, really. There is a lot of secrets that are being revealed and coming out, and we just have to be totally in alignment with our spirit, with our guidance, because this is a good day for certain things, but of course be aware that there's things that are coming out that are hidden that may hurt us. So it is not the day to go around to dark places and be around people that you don't want to be with, because Mars in the 12th house from the moon can mean secret agendas or enemies, people that talk behind your back. But the moon being with Jupiter is a beautiful day to go out, try to find new positions, job, bring people together. It is a good day for work and opportunities. So if there's projects that you want to launch or meetings you want to have with people, today's the day to do it. Seriously, even though Mars is 12 from the moon, the fact that the moon is conjunct Jupiter in Taurus and Venus Sun go to the second house, it is a great day for making money, for being optimistic, for planning meetings, bringing people together, and manifesting those things that you've been really working on and wanting to do. It's a day to move forward. I like July 3rd, even though on this day, there's always something. There's the good and there's the bad. But on this day, Mercury, which is moving at tip-top speed, by the way, because it's between the retrograde period where Mercury's moving fastest, but it is opposite Pluto, which can mean that there can be some intense emotional feelings, and you might feel betrayed by others, especially in communications or looking at anything dealing with, well, in agreements with people. There can be some betrayal because Pluto deals with betrayal. It's opposite Mercury, so this is difficult, although it is a beautiful day for starting new projects. Be aware of that. So let's move now to July 4th. What is July 4th? Independence Day for the United States. It's a holiday. So it's the day of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 1776. And this means that people will be off, people will be celebrating. The moon will be in Gemini today. And while it's in Gemini, it is in the nakshatra called Mrigashira. Mrigashira means a search. So you might be looking for something. Sometimes it's even just a day for shopping. But because it's a holiday in the US, enjoy your friends, enjoy your people. But it is a day of introspection. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's a very dark moon. It is right before the full moon, the new moon, that is. The new moon is when the moon is completely dark. You do not see the moon arise in the sky. But when this is actually called a Baslamic moon. So that means a day of introspection. So stay home, celebrate with family. And it's a great day for communications because the moon and the sun are in the sign of Gemini, which rules communications and going out, socializing, being with people. So you have the moon, sun, and Venus all in the sign of communications, Gemini. Come together with good friends and celebrate, communicate, share your thoughts, your feelings, be happy, be positive. And you'll be looking for something that possibly you can find. So let's move to July 5th. And this is the new moon. So the moon and the sun come together, and they will come together at 20 degrees of Gemini. And this is an important placement because there's another fixed star that is the brightest one in the heavens. It's Sirius. And believe it or not, this fixed star is conjunct the United States sun. Because remember, the United States was founded on July 4th. So at this time, the sun has come full circle back But because of the year, 1776 was a long time ago, it's not exactly the same degree it was back then, but it's almost there. But the new moon is within 1 degree of the fixed star Sirius. And let me explain what Sirius is all about. It's the dog star. It is the star that represents everything that we know about the United States, because Sirius conjuncts the sun of the United States, sun in the chart for the signing of the Declaration of Independence, July 4th. So what does that mean? This star, Sirius, it deals with freedom. It deals with everything that the United States was founded on. What was the United States founded on? Well, let me just say, people were escaping Europe because of the heavy taxation and the religious condemnation of Europe. They wanted to find a new world, freedom from the old, and that's what America represents, the land of the free. That's what this star even represents, the finding, to get away from the old, to come to a new, to find a new beginning, to start the melting pot of all the cultures coming together to start a new world. And that's what this new moon represents, since it is conjunct Sirius, the dog star. And of course, this also represents the dog days of summer that's coming, because that's heavy. But this is a day. Let me just say that Sirius, the dog star, it deals with leadership, and it deals with really trying to find an escape to a new world. And it also deals with a patriotic sense. And I feel that that's what the United States was founded on. So you're going to want to know more about this new moon. And it does occur in the nakshatra Ardra. Ardra's symbol is a teardrop. So there is a certain sadness about what people think the United States represented to them, and the ability to get back to that. That's what we're fighting for. And that's what we're fighting for, is freedom. And freedom always comes at a cost. But I want to say this too, that dogs are loyal and protective. And that's what we're feeling at this time. We need to protect ourselves. We need to protect this beautiful country. And this is what this is bringing up. Throughout this whole week of the 4th of July, this is July 5th, but Ardra is a deep nakshatra and also represents the storms. So throughout this month, we're seeing heavy duty storms and new beginnings. But pay attention, this new moon will bring to light so many things about what America was founded on, and going back to that. And another thing that I've told many of you so often was, now is the time that Pluto has made a complete revolution through all 12 of the signs. Pluto is the planet of major transformation. Since we have a Pluto return to the United States chart, what it's telling me is there is a return to the values that the United States was founded on. And this will be representative of this entire week. And Mars is still in Aries, because when Mars shifts, I've got news for you. We're going to look at that. Now I'm looking at July 6th. The moon will be still, half of the day will be still in Gemini, but around 12:30 Central Standard Time, the moon will move into Cancer. So by 1 o'clock p.m., the moon will be in Cancer, but it is in the nakshatra Purnavasu. And Purnavasu means return of the light. And there's a lot of hope, people coming together, really wanting to get answers and get things back to normalcy. But this is going to be really hard to come by. Now, the moon is aligning with Mercury in Purnavasu. And what this means is people will be overthinking everything. They can't stop communicating and thinking and processing. Go with your first impulse. Quit changing your mind, because today's the day that you're going to be changing your mind. It's also while the moon is in Cancer. Jupiter goes to the 11th house from the moon. This represents a time to come together with friends and groups and people. This is a great opportunity for togetherness. And another thing is Mars will be 10th from the moon while it's in Cancer, which means you will feel more driven to get things done with your work and be more prosperous. So let's go to July 7th. July 7th, the moon is going to be in Cancer, and it's going to shift into the nakshatra called Pusha. And Pusha is a symbol of nurturing, of feeling like giving people what they want, what they need, the food, everything about prosperity. Yes, this is what this moon's about. Now, the moon actually sits in the same sign with Mercury. It'll be closer to Mercury today, so people are still overthinking things and not being realistic, because the mind is on overdrive. But Venus has just come into Cancer. So we actually have Venus, Moon, and Mercury together in the sign of Cancer. Don't forget, the moon loves to be in Cancer. It rules Cancer. So this is a day of nurturing and caring for one another. Jupiter is still in the 11th house. It is a beautiful day to get together with friends and share ideas, come together. It's a good day. This is a day where the moon is tied up with two benefics, Mercury and Venus, and people are becoming more attuned to being positive. And everything's still kind of, I don't know, I want to say peaceful, but not really, because this is the calm before the storm. So that's where I stand with the moon being in Cancer. It's few days after the new moon. The moon is increasing in light, so things are starting to move forward. So this wraps up the first week of July. Use this energy to your best advantage. And remember, if you want to be able to associate all this timing to your own personal chart, to know how it affects you by your own planets in your personal chart, remember that I have a new galactic planner that's about to come out. And in this, it will calculate your chart and tell you exactly which day is individualized, how these things will affect you individually. So go sign up for my galactic planner, galacticplanner.com, because with that, you are going to be able to plan your days and make the best of your astrology. It's about to come out, so when you sign up, you will get your first month free. See if you like it. And I know you will, because then you have astrology on your side to better help you in decision making. And don't forget, I'm starting my first semester. If you've always wanted to learn Vedic astrology, I have a school. Become my students. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. And if you liked all of these dissertations and you want to have them written down, sign up for my free newsletter. You will get all of this written and sent free to your email address. So sign up. Go to galacticcenter.org. Sign up for my free newsletter. Find out about my galactic planner. It has its own website where you can put your name in, and I promise you, you'll get your first month free to see if you like it. What kind of deal is that? I'm here to help you through the gift and power of astrology. Thank you.